I'm back with another video. I have secretly went undercover to hear what the Redo company has to say for their reasoning for why they are forking this. And let me just tell you, their reasons are full of crap. And it looks to me, you're going to have to hold your breath if you want to actually create art about real issues. I'm going to stay far away from this engine at all cost. Listen to what they have to actually say now.
So, to start off, I appreciate everybody's amazing enthusiasm leading up to this space. We never really intended or expected this to blow up as big as it did. When we first kind of thought of doing a fork, it never really occurred to us to um, that it would become something that so many people wanted to be a part of. And thankfully, it seems that we weren't alone in our desire to kind of, for in the long and short of it, remove politics from the art, for lack of a better term.
That caused them to kind of want to do their own forks anyway. So we figured when we came together that why not start our own fork, and if other devs want to contribute, that would be awesome. And so what ended up happening though was that apparently more people than we expected were really, really desiring something like this.
Yeah, hey, can y'all hear me?
You're coming in good.
Okay, all right. But anyway, yeah, so I'm Drew.
Drew is the Redot. Let's just call him the technical guy.
So a little bit about me. I've been in and around game development for a good while. I've dabbled with Godot since 2014 when it was open sourced originally. And, I love the engine. I've always loved it. And most recently, I feel like it's gotten kind of far away from that. So it's no longer the community-driven engine that it used to be.
Did I hear that correct? He just said he felt like Godot isn't a community anymore. I thought bring our feelings into politics weren't fair. So Drew, you feel that Godot isn't a community anymore because the Godot team isn't pandering to your feelings. This is honestly funny now.
So I originally forked Godot in 2017, and my intent was at that point to just kind of like help out and maybe submit some PRs and learn the the code base of the engine and just kind of have fun.
At first, try to keep the core of Godot what it is. So we don't want to make any heavy changes to core, because that then allows us to pull from upstream and get features and things that they're adding in. And then develop things on the side that we'll either develop as modules so that they can be put in if say someone goes to download Redot.
It'll basically pull modules automatically, so that when you open it, you'll have our finished product, instead of having to go on a store or somewhere and pull stuff by yourself. So our intention is to try to keep the core Godot for as long as possible, because that just makes our job easier, especially as we're just getting rolling.
Yeah, and that's about 50% of the look at what we're doing with this entire project. So 50% is kind of this idea of building out this engine and making it basically apolitical in a sense, and kind of keep it away from basically drama, which can be detrimental to devs who want to work on games. And so the other half of this sort of project is also building out a community that actually wants to work together, that enjoys each other's company, that wants to build games together and help each other and learn from each other.
In order to create friends or even have a relationship within a company, everyone's feelings should be advocated for. Everyone's feelings should feel important. I know damn well if I join a community, I want to be able to feel important, not only from the company, but also from the environment I work inside of. If the environment isn't safe, we leave. You would do the same exact thing as well. So this persona they are trying to make won't end well for this company.
People coming together and building something just awesome. They're helping ensure that there is a robust discussion amongst the community that stays focused on what this project's about.
And so we want to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes that, unfortunately, it seems the Godot Foundation and Godot team has made in terms of that. And while we find it very disappointing, we're looking forward to fulfilling that promise to you folks here who are listening.
Since this company wants to focus solely on just creating games and not bring politics into the mix, then my only question to this company is, what if someone wants to create a game about Black culture? Will this company block and ban those people for creating those kind of games? So again, this goes back to their claims of staying out of politics. You can't fork an engine that is open source and not expect other people to make games related to political issues. It's disingenuous to sit here and complain about Godot's community, but yet this team wants to create a community for the people who hold no cultural diversity or even values as a human.
So hypothetically, if you have Discord and GitHub people who have moderation ability within the Redot project, and let's say you have, you know, a handful of community moderator type folks that start to kind of go rogue, like we saw with Godot and other projects, how in the structure that you're envisioning with Redot would that be handled?
So myself as a founder, as one of the main guys who's going to be managing that, I would work with either our senior mods, depending on who's the problem. If it's the entire moderation team, I'm nuking it. I'm just to be straight up with you. It's going to be nuked, and we're rebuilding it from the ground up.
Nuke from orbit, turn to glass. All right,
Yeah,
I got it.
But the problem is that's not what they did. The founders decided, in my opinion, mistakenly decided to basically be hands-off and pretend that the issue didn't exist until it exasperated to a point where they had to address it. But they really didn't want to. If we all are being honest with ourselves about the statement they put out, it was very milquetoast, in my opinion.
My final thoughts about this, not only basing this off of this team's reactions, but also looking at this from a bigger picture. They cannot create a real community if it's only going to be about games-related topics. Because at the end of the day, people are going to hold their values, people are going to create art, not only from their own beliefs, but from their own opinions. And if this team thinks they can just remove any person who breaks out of character in order to create art, this team doesn't actually have your back. This team won't take the fall for you if you want to create a game about cultural issues in life. Also, this community they are going to create is going to be humans with no real thoughts or opinions. And that, my friends, is honestly the sad part of all this.